Welcome back. Resident doctors in the southwest region are calling for better conditions of service. In Ogun State, the doctors are asking the federal government to implement the National Health Act. While in Osun State, resident doctors staged a peaceful protest over welfare. And in Ekiti, the doctors are asking the federal government to implement the 2013-2014 agreement between it and the association. The Obafemi Awolowo University Teaching Hospital in Osun State staged a peaceful protest over what they describe as neglect of the health sector by government. The president of their association says their demands range from payment of salary arrears to implementation of the National Health Act.
Nigeria has the manpower, but the deplorable state of the sector is discouraging, and this is reflected in the recent rate at which resident doctors leave the country for a better working condition in countries like Canada, Australia, South Africa, India, United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia, to mention a few. On the average, about 5 to 10 residents doctors per year leaves each center at the early stage of their program for another country.
While in Ogun State, at a meeting in Abeokuta, the state capital, doctors are asking the federal government to implement the National Health Act.
The wearing of bands, the wearing of black work coats, black shirts and all of that, black scrubs, is a demonstration of our mourning state. Everybody, home and abroad, whoever has that influence, an average Nigerian is dying. You need to see the way we lose people. Avoidable death. But the rich and mighty can be flown abroad at the earliest of complaints. But we have come to see an average Nigerian who gave everything hoping that change will come. And the change in health is not coming.
In Ekiti State, a joint media briefing was held by doctors working at the state and federal levels, where they called on President Muhammadu Buhari to make healthcare service affordable for all Nigerians.
White paper on residency training program, implementation of National Health Act 2014, payment of full salary to all our members, appropriate entry step for house officers, appropriate placement of all doctors, then pension deduction and remittance, uniformity in the application of the no work, no pay rule.
As doctors across the country call for improved welfare and conditions, the resolution of the issues can only be in the best interests of the people. Going to the southeastern region of the country now, but staying with the health sector, the Abia State University Teaching Hospital has received a donation of hospital equipment worth millions of naira. The donation was done by a group of young entrepreneurs in Aba under the aegis of Aba Connect. The group says it wants to bridge the gap in the healthcare sector, a gesture acknowledged by the chief medical practitioner, Professor Chuks Kamulu.
We help that will meet the manpower needs of the state. We also, in the service industry, we render service. And I was glad to hear when Chima spoke and said that the mother still lives in this city. Most of our sons and daughters, regrettably, who are well-to-do, behave like the ostrich. Yes, you have money to fly your parents to India.
The River State Governor, Mr. Nyesom Wike, has promised speedy execution of projects as the state continues to build towards its Jubilee celebration. The governor was speaking during an inspection of some projects penned down to be completed in the coming months and in 2 certain areas, and the Kogu Bridge, where he was received by an excited crowd.
It's unfortunate that we are talking about providing tunnel roads for Obunabali, which is the host community of the OGRA and Government House. It's unfortunate where the community is very close to the government residential areas. The roads are not motorable, are terrible, and we decided that we cannot talk about government that is of people oriented, and then the communities that are very close to the seat of power cannot have good roads. That tells you the neglect we have suffered in the past 8 years. But I'm glad, just like you witnessed when we went to those communities today, the kind of spontaneous joy, you can see it in their faces, and that's what sometimes spurs us to action.
Mr. Nyesom Wike, Governor, Rivers State. That brings this edition of News Across Nigeria to a close. Thank you so much for watching on behalf of all of us here, and have a great weekend.